All right, guys. Today what we're going to be doing, I have my girlfriend's dad here. This is Lorenzo here on the floor. This is our new puppy, Petey. And then we have Raya, another dog over there. So today what we'll be doing is going over some stretches on the floor. So fortunately we have a ball here, but we can certainly do a lot of these stretches without it. So first what we can do is Lorenzo can have your knees bent and both your feet flat on the ground. So if you did not have a ball, you could certainly start with this one. But what we'll do is kind of move your knees just about 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock, back and forth, just nice and easy, trying to keep your hips just flat on the ground, and it's just a nice gentle stretch. So you can go back and forth, nice and easy. Now, if you did have a ball, what you could do is if you can lift up your feet and then slide the ball under. And I always like to have the ball pretty close to your butt there when you move your legs here a little bit. So there we go. And just relax. So if you had a ball, you could just do that, replicate that, just going back and forth about 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock. And it's just nice and easy. You can do this. I always do it for just a few moments, maybe 20, 30 seconds. And then what we can do is do what's called a reverse curl. So this is where you can move the ball a little bit further so the heels are in about the middle of the ball. Now, keeping your back flat on the ground, you can bend your knees and then bring the ball in toward your body. Now you can see here, we're closing the gap between his butt and the ball, and I want you to try and focus on making this an abdominal exercise. So pulling the ball in with your tummy muscles, trying to keep the back flat, and then just going back and forth. So this is, again, just a nice gentle stretch to get the body started to warm up here. So just back and forth there. And then what we can do is stretch out a muscle called your piriformis that's kind of deep in your hip there. So what we're going to do is take your right leg, cross it over so it's kind of a crisscross. So your right ankle is going to be on your left knee, kind of like this if you can see. Keep that leg there, dig this heel into the ground and bring the ball in toward your body. So you should feel a nice stretch there kicking on. Yeah. And you just want to hold this. So try to keep your butt and your back just flat on the ground, and you're just going to hold that stretch. So stretching is one of the things that you can make it very individualized. So right now, if you're in a bunch of pain and this is really hurting, you can kind of back off a little, or you can go in and make it as strenuous as you want or need to. So I always like to do two different kinds of stretches. This is a static stretch, so you're just holding it there. And we'll hold it a few more seconds before we go into the second type of stretch. So again, you can hold this for anywhere from 20 to 30 seconds. And then what we can do is now pulse the stretch. So we're going to straighten out that left leg, so that basically releases the stretch, and then bring it back in. So bring the ball back in towards the body. Just about a 1 count, so you can pulse it. So bring it away from your body, then back in. So just nice and easy, just about a 1 count in each position. Perfect. And again, you can do this for a total of about 20 or 30 seconds as well. Maybe 2 more in each position there. Back, straight again, and then 1 more bend. Good. And then straighten it out there. Perfect. So now we can do those same 2 stretches on the other side. So let's go ahead and put that right leg back on the ball. Cross the left leg over so it's kind of a crisscross. So I'm crossing that knee over, and then bring that knee in toward your chest and just kind of hold that stretch there. And it should feel not necessarily painful, but discomfort. So we don't want to go too far where it's painful, but discomfort's okay. So, and again, it's very individualized. So if it's too painful, you can kind of bring the ball a little bit further away from you. So again, we'll hold this in that static position for, again, maybe 10, 15 more seconds, about a total of 30 seconds there. Is that feeling okay?
Yeah, I can feel the difference between the two legs. This is a lot stiffer than this one.
Yeah. And then we can go ahead and pulse the stretch now. So again, kind of straighten it out, and then bring it in and bring it back out. So Lorenzo was saying that he could feel a difference between the two sides, and that can be common. There's nothing necessarily wrong with that. It's just, tighter on one side. We've got a bunch of dogs here.
Yeah, this one needs it more than this one. Sure. This is a lot tighter.
So yeah, Lorenzo was saying that he could definitely feel it more on one side or the other. So in the future, you could maybe spend a bit more time on that one side. Okay, so we're pretty much done with the ball. You can kind of move that off to the side. And what I like to do, let me kind of get over here, is actually have both your knees bent again, both your feet flat on the ground, and again, we'll go into that windshield wiper. So just about 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock. So nothing too far off to one side or the other, just about 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock. And it should feel a little looser, feeling like you're kind of warming up a bit.
Yeah.
Good. And then what we can do are what are called single knee fallouts, or what I call single knee fallouts. So we're just going to do that same thing, just one knee at a time. So keep this knee here and just drop one knee out, and then bring it back in toward the middle, and then go on the other side. So you're just doing basically one knee at a time. So dropping it out, bringing it in, and then going on the other side. Again, you can do this for 20, 30 seconds or so. Good. And now what we can do is actually bring both your knees to your chest. So you're kind of giving yourself a hug. So bring both your knees to your chest. There we go. And then just nice and easy, kind of gentle rocking and rolling side to side, up and down. Just gentle rocking and rolling. Is that feeling okay?
Yeah.
Good. So again, here, this is just a nice, easy warm-up. Should feel nice and gentle on the back. And another one that I like to do in this position is actually pull your knees apart. So it's almost like you're putting your right knee to your right shoulder and then your left knee to your left shoulder and kind of pulling your knees apart. And it's this one, yeah, perfect. So it's almost like you're stabilizing the spine to the floor beneath you there. Very good. Have some ferocious dogs here. Good. And now what we can start into is our single kneaded chest series. So we can start on the right hand side. So let's go ahead and extend your right leg. So your right leg is straight. And you're going to have both your hands on your left knee. And you're just going to pull that left knee gently toward your chest. So just straight up, pulling that knee toward the chest. And you should feel a nice stretch there, kind of on the back side. Hey. So you should feel it kind of in your butt and your low back there. You should feel a nice stretch. So again, if I were to move the camera, it'd be kind of looking like this, where I'm just pulling my knee straight up toward my chest. And again, I like to hold this a little bit longer, anywhere from 45 to 60 seconds. Good. And let's go ahead and release that stretch. And what we're going to do is straighten out both legs now. So now what I'd like you to do, Lorenzo, is make your body as long as it can be. So you can point your toes, reach both arms. Really make your body as long as it can be. And then take a big deep breath in through the nose And exhale through your mouth as you bring your arms all the way back down toward your waist. Very good, just like you're making a snow angel, so your arms are going to be down by your sides, kind of in your pockets there. We'll bring that left leg back up toward your chest. And this time we're going to go first up toward your chest, then out toward your left shoulder. So this is just a little bit different. You should feel a little stretch on the inner thigh as well. And you're just going to hold that up and toward that left shoulder. Again, you can hold this anywhere from 30 to 60 seconds. And again, you want to feel a nice stretch, not painful, just a nice stretch. Good. And let's go ahead and extend so you can release that stretch. So both legs are flat on the ground. Reach both arms all the way up overhead. Take that big deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth as you bring your arms all the way back down toward your waist. We're going to do one more single knee to chest on that left side. So we'll bring that left knee up toward your chest. And this time we're going to go up and in. Perfect. So it's first up toward your chest, then in. So you should feel a nice stretch on your butt, basically, or the outer thigh. Good. And again, we're just going to hold this a good 30 to 60 seconds here. Very good. And we'll go ahead and release that so you can straighten out that leg. One more time, bring those arms all the way up overhead. Take that big deep breath in through the nose and exhale through the mouth as you bring your arms all the way back down toward your waist. Now this next one I like to do, we're going to straighten out that left leg. So left leg is straight up like you're trying to touch the ceiling. Cross it over your midline. Have your arms out like a T, and then turn your head away from the stretch. So, there we go. And try and get it over there. Does that feel okay?
Yeah.
Good. So, if you were looking at me, it's kind of like this. Good. And this is a nice stretch, stretching out the hips, and we're making our way up our back. Feel that good stretch about the spine there. And we'll bring that leg back over into that neutral position. And let's go ahead and have both your knees bent again. And again, we'll go nice and easy into those windshield wipers, about 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock. So you don't want to go all the way down toward the ground, just about 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock. Very good. And I can tell he's getting a little bit more range there. So he's still keeping his back nice and flat on the ground, but his 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock is getting a little bit wider and he's loosening up. So that's a good sign there. And let's do a few of those single knee fallouts. So these are the ones where you keep just one knee up and then just do one at a time. So drop one knee out to the side, bring it back into the middle, and then switch to the other side. So bring that one back into the middle, and you can just alternate there. So just doing one at a time. Good. And let's go ahead and bring both the knees to the chest again, giving yourself a hug. Rock side to side, back and forth, up and down, just gentle rocking and rolling. Good.
It's like my back is not staying down.
That's okay. Yeah. And then you can pull your knees apart there. So this is the one where you're kind of stabilizing the spine, pulling the knees to the floor beneath you. That should feel good. And then what we can do is do that single knee to chest series on the other side now. So now we're going to extend that left leg and do those same 3 stretches on the other side, on the right side. So I like to have both knees both hands on the knee and pull that knee closer toward the chest. So this one's just straight up, and we're just going to hold that again about anywhere from 30 seconds to a minute. Very good. And you can go ahead and extend that right leg again. So release the stretch. Both heels are going to be on the ground. You can reach both arms all the way up overhead. Point the toes, wiggle the fingers, making your body as long as it can be. Take that big deep breath in through the nose, and we'll exhale through the mouth as you bring your arms all the way back down toward your waist. Very good. And then we can bring that right leg back up toward the chest. And this time we're going to go up, then out. So right knee is going to first go up toward the chest and then out toward the right shoulder. So both hands are on the knee, and you can kind of pull that knee in toward that right shoulder and just kind of hold that position again, anywhere from 30 seconds to 60 seconds. And that should feel nice there. Is that feeling okay?
Mm-hmm.
Good. And let's go ahead and extend that right leg. So both heels are on the ground. Point both of the arms. Reach both the arms all the way up overhead. Feel that nice stretch throughout the entire body. Take that big deep breath in through the nose. And exhale through the mouth as you bring your arms all the way back down toward the waist, just like you're making a snow angel there. We got one more stretch on that right side. So we'll bring that right knee up toward your chest again. And this time we're going to go right knee toward the left shoulder. So it's going to go up, then in. And there should be a nice stretch there in the hip.
That one's tight.
Mm-hmm. So again, we hold this stretch about 30 to 60 seconds. You don't want to go too much where it causes you pain. Just discomfort is okay. A good stretch. You know your body the best, so you don't want to push it, pull any muscles or anything like that. Just a nice gentle stretch. Good, and then we'll release that stretch. So go ahead and straighten out that right leg again, both heels on the ground. Reach both arms all the way up overhead. Take that big deep breath in through the nose and exhale through the mouth as you bring your arms all the way back down toward your waist. We're going to do one more on that right side. So let's go ahead and stick that right leg, trying to get your foot flat on the ceiling in front of you, up above you. Cross it over your midline, out like that. Have your arms out like a T. And then turn your head off toward the left. Or off toward your right, sorry. There we go. So this is a nice stretch to kind of end on. It pushes the envelope a little bit more. It's working the stretch up the spine a little bit more. It's a good stretch. People really like this one. Good. And then we'll go ahead and bring that right leg back over your midline. And then we'll go into those windshield wipers. So have both your knees bent, both the feet flat on the ground. And again, we'll just go about 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock, loosening up the back there and the hips. Very good. Yeah, much more range of motion here. I'm observing he's still keeping his torso and his back and his hips flat on the ground, but getting much bigger range there on his knees. Very good. And then we can do a few of those single knee fallouts, so just doing one knee at a time. Perfect. Bringing it in and going off to the other side. Good. Excellent. And let's go ahead and bring both your knees to your chest. Give yourself a hug. Gentle rocking and rolling. Nice and easy. Good. And then you can pull the knees apart. So stabilizing the spine to the floor beneath you there, just pulling gently. Very good. Excellent. And then you can release that stretch, both feet flat on the ground. Very good. Excellent. And that's a nice, easy, about 20-minute stretch there on the floor.